What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video because an English newspaper is reporting that Liverpool are set to beat Man United and Man City for the signing of Milos Kerkez, the 21-year-old, very exciting, young, talented left-back, is playing for Bournemouth. He is having his best season of his career, and Pete Hall and Mark Douglas posted this report yesterday and it was updated this morning, and the report says that Liverpool are planning to get ahead of rivals Man United and Man City to sign Milos Kerkez as the potential successor for Andy Robertson. And Kerkez is having a very impressive season as well as Bournemouth. They only got to draw away at Chelsea because of a 95th minute brilliant Reece James free kick, otherwise they would have beaten Chelsea away, and they already smashed Man United 3-0 away. And this news outlet has been told that Liverpool have already started to make contact with Kerkez's representatives, but it is understood that Kerkez favors a move to Liverpool over the Manchester clubs because he knows personally Dominik Szoboszlai already. They are teammates in the Hungarian national team. I'm Hungarian, so I know them very well. And he also knows Richard Hughes, the current sporting director, was the guy who took Kerkez to Bournemouth, who signed Kerkez for Bournemouth from AZ Alkmaar. So if you are excited about this news, if you want Liverpool to sign Kerkez, let me know in the comments below. If you are excited about this, leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here, because I post daily updates around the Liverpool FC and around the Premier League as well. So a link up with the Liverpool current sporting director is understood to play a major part in Kerkez's thinking. Bournemouth have no plans to sell Kerkez in January. They want to get as high a possible finish in the Premier League as they can. They already signed Kerkez's replacement, Julio Soler, from Lanús for £11.5 million, but he's not ready straight away to play in the Premier League. He probably needs to, bulk up physically, and he also needs to get up to speed with the intensity and the pace of English football. So there have been no concrete proposals for Kerkez as yet from either any of the big clubs, but of course there is no pressure to sell from Bournemouth's point of view, but offers in the region of £50 million is where they understood to be willing to do business, because for 50 million they could easily replace Kerkez or sign other players in Bournemouth's team. And Liverpool's biggest problem in the team is probably the left back area. Tsimikas has had a long injury and Robertson has shown signs of decline. His intensity, his energy is declining. Tsimikas is a good understudy and hopefully he will be first choice going forward. Liverpool will definitely need to sign a left back in the summer. And by the way, in this video we will take a look at Liverpool's finances and how much money Liverpool have in the bank to make transfers in the January transfer window, and we will also talk about the title race and how the odds shifted after Arsenal beat Tottenham 2-1. And Tsimikas has been backup to Robertson for the last few years, but now most Liverpool fans, including myself, want actually Tsimikas to be first choice left back and Robertson to be backup. Robertson's attacking threat has diminished this season. He and Trent Alexander-Arnold were a double act to be feared during the peak years of Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. But Robertson already has 18 starts in the Premier League and he hasn't had one assist this season, which shows that his attacking returns are diminishing. And of course, Tsimikas stepped up off the bench to set up Diogo Jota for the equalizer at Tottenham. So Tsimikas already has a few assists under his name, and Kerkez is understood to be currently in favor of moving to Anfield. And Man United are in the hunt for a left back, but they are targeting Nuno Mendes from Paris Saint-Germain, who will not be cheap, but he's probably one of the best left backs around. So that would be a terrific signing for Man United. But if the Kerkez transfer doesn't happen, then Liverpool could go for Wolves' Ryan Aït-Nouri. Of course, Wolves are having a pretty bad season, but Aït-Nouri has been one of their best players. Hughes is understood to be prioritizing Kerkez as Liverpool's first choice left back transfer target. And also, even though reports suggested that Liverpool are interested in Semenyo and they would maybe include Ben Doak in a swap deal, some kind of swap plus player plus money transfer for Semenyo. Bournemouth have no interest in Ben Doak, and they will not entertain offers to involve swapping Doak for Antoine Semenyo. Of course, Liverpool are looking to sign a striker, and Benjamin Šeško would be absolutely brilliant of Leipzig. He is a similar profile to Darwin Nunez, just maybe with better finishing. And the reports are saying that Liverpool have already made contact with Kerkez's representatives, and Kerkez has bags of potential. He's a very energetic player who is bombing up and down the wing. He's very hardworking as well, and he's already up to speed in the Premier League. So he could come in straight away, even in January, and slot into the Liverpool first team and be much better than either Tsimikas or Robertson. So Kerkez overall would be a terrific signing, but Liverpool would have to probably pay over the odds to sign him in January, so maybe we can wait for the summer. Kerkez already has 1 goal and 3 assists this season, and he makes 1.4 tackles per 90 minutes, 1.1 interceptions, 2.5 ball clearances, and he also averages 4.5 ball recoveries per game. And another news outlet has reported that Milos Kerkez has struck an agreement that could make him go one step closer to signing for Liverpool, and that agreement is that Kerkez switched to a new football agency in the last 2 weeks, agreeing a deal with Lion Sports. They posted it on their official Instagram, and this could help Kerkez move to Liverpool, because Lion Sports is an agency that Liverpool have worked with very recently over the signing of Federico Chiesa, because Chiesa is also a big client of the same football agency, and they played a key role in bringing him to Liverpool this summer. And it's no secret that Michael Edwards and his new recruitment team like to work with the same agency, the same agents over and over again, building up trust. The fact that Liverpool will know Lion Sports representatives could make a deal even easier for Liverpool to get over the line. Not to mention Hugh's connection to Kerkez, as mentioned above. It all seems to make sense. Of course, nothing is set in stone, but at the moment everything is pointing towards the direction that Liverpool will sign Kerkez either in January or in the summer transfer window. The most likely scenario is the summer transfer window, because then Bournemouth can look for a proper replacement for Kerkez. But I think Liverpool would need to negotiate a £50 million transfer fee a little bit down, because as big a fan of Kerkez as I am, I don't think he's truly worth £50 million. But another journalist said that Kerkez signing could be exactly what Richard Hughes and Liverpool need, and Liverpool have been awfully quiet this season in the transfer window. And apart from Chiesa and Mamadashvili, Liverpool have signed no other player in the last 3 transfer windows, which is unacceptable in my opinion. Even though Liverpool are doing very, very well, there is real danger of Liverpool players getting burned out in the second half of the season. That's exactly what happened last season. Liverpool were near the top of the Premier League table last season, but we have fallen off in the last few weeks of the season because of fatigue, tiredness, players getting burned out, and I really hope that Liverpool don't go down the same route. But Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander still no announcement on their contracts, and Kerkez's underlying performance figures aren't particularly eye-catching, but he has been widely praised by pundits for his displays for Bournemouth this season. Even Jamie Carragher called Liverpool on to sign Kerkez. And Liverpool are going to Bournemouth very soon on February the 1st, and Kerkez might just view it as his opportunity to audition for a summer move to Liverpool. And Richard Hughes needs a big win soon, because so far he has got a huge amount of criticism from Liverpool fans. And Liverpool's squad depth looks like this heading into the summer, and the players who have expiring contracts, are written with grey and not black. So Salah, Trent Alexander and Van Dijk have expiring contracts, and you can see that we are very well stocked in most areas, but in the left centre-back area we need an understudy for Van Dijk. Either Kwanzaa needs to get loaned out, or Arne Slot needs to trust him more. We need to sort out the contracts of Trent Alexander, Salah and Van Dijk, because that those 3 players' futures will determine how much work Liverpool need to do. But if all 3 of these players leave, then Liverpool would probably have a massive drop-off and they would just be fighting for top 4. And Tsimikas has been used more frequently by Arne Slot than by Jurgen Klopp, and he seems to have earned more trust from Arne Slot than he did from Klopp. He has largely performed well, repaying the faith. Tsimikas still has his limitations and vulnerabilities defensively, so Tsimikas might be the better option on form. That does not completely solve Liverpool's long-term left-back problems. Tsimikas' injury, which was at the start of November, was badly timed, and that meant that Arne Slot was unable to rotate Robertson, and he got a little bit overplayed and he has been underperforming as well. Also, James Pearce has said something very interesting, that the reports around Darwin Nunez getting a £70 million offer, I mean Liverpool getting for Nunez a £70 million offer, is false, and it looks like Saudi clubs like Al Nassr and Al Hilal, they have both been linked with Nunez, but there have been no discussions with Liverpool or bids tabled, which is very strange because a lot of newspapers reported that Liverpool got £70 million bids and they rejected it. Also, I wanted to report this: Liverpool could be about to smash a club record revenue in terms of yearly revenues. Stefan Borsen, a finance expert, has reported that Liverpool's revenue could reach close to £700 million for this season that we are in the process of. Liverpool's overall revenue fell slightly from a record 594 million in 21-22 to 593.8 million in 22-23, but their commercial revenue increased by 25 million to £272.5 million across the same period. But this season, it looks like Liverpool are in for a really strong financial year. So there is absolutely no excuse from FSG not to spend money in the transfer window. Borson revealed Liverpool looks set to maximize their prize money for this campaign, following a great season so far in the Premier League and in the Champions League. The key thing that you can look at for Liverpool this season, where everything seems to be coming together, is you are going to have high matchday revenue because they have got the new seats. They are also going to have a very high commercial revenue because they are back in the Champions League. They are top of the Champions League. They have won all their games, so they are going to have very high revenue coming from Europe. It looks like they are going to win the Premier League, Porson said. It looks like. So they are going to max out on the domestic prize money. That means the revenue for the current season could easily be £100 million on top of last season. They could easily get close to £700 million for this season. And I doubt that their costs will have moved materially from around the £500 million level. So the season that last season was just disappointing from a financial perspective because Liverpool were in the Europa League. We also went out in the quarterfinals, and Liverpool have no concerns anyway on the profit and sustainability rules because they have got loads of capacity. So Liverpool can spend even like 150 million pounds easily in the transfer market without having any problems in the PSR rules. And the Liverpool fans said if there is not a big shake-up this summer within the squad and multiple needed incomings and the contracts don't get signed, then Liverpool are going to suffer a major drop-off, even with the current manager Arne Slot, who is a brilliant manager. It matters a lot how strong a squad that he's working with. If things go badly this summer, if Liverpool lose all 3 big players on a free transfers, and also we could sell Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez, Harvey Elliott, even Kelleher will be sold probably, then the squad will be decimated, and FSG don't spend as much money as they earn in the transfer market. So I think if the owners and FSG and if Liverpool don't sort out the big freeze contracts, then FSG would need to go, and Liverpool fans would need to come together and protest against the owners, because Liverpool are a club that should challenge for trophies, and we have such a strong squad right now. there is absolutely no excuse for Liverpool not to offer contracts to Van Dijk, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold that they will accept, because Liverpool have more than enough money in the bank to stretch themselves a little bit in these contract negotiations. And as you can see, so far Liverpool earned by far the most money in the Champions League, almost 83 million euros already, and we still have 2 games to go in the group stage, so we could even earn more if we win those, and in the knockout stages hopefully Liverpool can go far in the competition. And as you can see, for example, in comparison, Arsenal earned just 65 million so far in the Champions League, Aston Villa only 50 million. And now let's talk about the title race, because Arsenal beat Tottenham as I expected, and that leaves them just 4 points behind Liverpool, but Liverpool have a game in hand, and this Arsenal win was the most predicted by many people, even though it was in controversial circumstances, because Arsenal's corner wasn't a corner where they scored from. It was a Solanke own goal, and then Trossard scored the winner 4 minutes later. And the second half, Arsenal created more chances than Tottenham, they just couldn't score another. So even with a decimated front line, Arsenal winning these hard games is a little bit concerning. Liverpool need to just focus on themselves, and let's hope Aston Villa can upset the odds. They beat Arsenal last season 2-0 at the Emirates, so hopefully they can do a job on Arsenal again. But Liverpool need to win their next 3 games. Brentford away, Ipswich at home, Bournemouth away. The Brentford and Bournemouth away games are very, very tough, so Liverpool need to take their chances, because we could have easily beaten Nottingham Forest if we took our chances. But so far the title odds look like this. Liverpool are expected to get 86 or 87 points, and they have an 86.5% chance for the title. Arsenal are projected to get around 78, 79 points. So they have a 13% odd for the title. And Man City are projected to get 3rd, but it's very close, because Man City, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest and Chelsea are all projected to get between 68 and 65 points. So the variance there is huge. But basically now it's down to Liverpool and Arsenal. It's a 2-horse race for the title. Man City, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea are virtually out of it, because Man City are too far behind and the other clubs are just not strong enough, consistent enough to challenge for the title. So Liverpool absolutely have to win their next 2 games, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. The Brentford away game I think is key. Liverpool cannot go 3 games without a win, and because then if Arsenal beat Aston Villa, then the gap will be down to 2 or maybe 1 point, and that's not what you want in a title race. So Liverpool need to win against Brentford. It's going to be a tough game, but if you want to win the title, we need to win these kind of games. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.